Okay, I think we are live with a bit of a delay. Welcome back to another CGMatter live stream, more like a default cube live stream. These haven't happened for a while because I don't really like doing them that much because normally I don't read comments, but I decided, you know what, I'm going to make an exception, answer some questions, and maybe do some blender on the whatever, but what you have to understand is I'm only using a single monitor, just a laptop monitor, so I can't like transition between different scenes and also read chat and all that. So it's gonna be scuffed to say the least. I am reading the chat for this one, so if you want to ask a question, go ahead. If you just want to say something that's kind of like just saying hi to others, you could do that too. But I am answering questions if people are interested. I know one of the reasons I stopped live streaming is I felt like I didn't know what to say, especially with the latency and all that. And I'm sorry that I don't have the chat popped up. And like I normally do, I also don't have those like donation or subscriber pop-ups, and that's because I'm using OBS instead of Streamlabs OBS. Okay, and I'm assuming the audio is fine because people are reacting to what I'm saying. So let's begin with the questions. Was just watching the RGB curves video. I highly recommend you watch it. It's a very good tutorial. I'm trying to get more into procedural nodes and make more tutorials about it. Do you think you'll be making more advanced tutorials on baking normal maps? I don't know if I made any tutorials about baking normal maps. I'm assuming you're referring to the displacement map video. There is one thing I'm interested in, which is, the fact that you can, what, let me just try out this layout. If I have this layout, oh boy, I'm showing everything. I'm a rookie streamer. What was I saying? And also I have a little script that I run, the thing that makes my camera pop back and forth. Let's make sure my cursor's there. What was I even saying? Normally, my short-term memory is hidden by the fact that I'm like recording and I can just edit it out. But what did he even ask? Oh yeah, normal maps. Normally, what people do is they mess around with this bump node. For those of you who don't know, you start with what is essentially a height map, so just a black and white image. It can be a Musgrave texture, so height map. What you then do is to convert it into a normal map. You send it through a bump node through the height socket. And now you've created a normal map. But what I'm interested in is how to make it mathematically and maybe how to control this a bit more just so the process makes sense. And from what I understand, a normal map is just a normalized gradient. For those of you who know multivariate calc, a normalized gradient of this. So I'm going to try it. Let me see if I'm right about that. By the way, I haven't mentioned it. My Wi-Fi here is garbage, so if I go offline, I think I'll be able to go online within like 10 seconds afterwards, but there's a high likelihood that the stream's going to drop. So we're going to make 2 copies of this. One of these should just have the normal coordinates, not manipulated. Then the other one will have manipulated coordinates by, let's make it simple, vector math. And I'm assuming some people are asking questions. Again, I can only have what you're seeing is what I'm seeing. I don't have 2 monitors. Okay, so we can do a bit of offset there and then do a bit of math subtraction. If I can hit S at the right time. Okay, cool. So now if we do that, you can see that there's a tiny bit of a difference. Now I don't know why there's already 3 channels worth of color. It should just be... Oh, it's because of the bump node. Whoops. Yeah, so here we're looking only at the change in x. So it's kind of like the derivative in x, which you can scale in the way that you would a derivative. It's kind of like approximating closer and closer and closer. So you need to do your division. So I'm going to boop. And this just proves I actually know what I'm doing with the nodes. If I can do it live, that means I know it for real. I hope you guys are enjoying the node tutorials. Okay, so now we have a gradient. No, we have a spatial x derivative on the x. Let's do the same thing for the y. It is a shame that we have to keep re-adding textures. Sorry that the hat keeps hitting the thing. I'll just take it off. It's because we need a different set of texture coordinates for each of these cases. So for this one, we're going to do the same thing, except now we're going to change it on the Y, and then divide by the same amount. Okay, so this should now give us a Y. Nice. So now, to combine them, I think we literally just combine them, and we'll see if that gives the same thing as the bump node. And if it does, then my hunch is right. Okay, so that's good. And now let's see what it looks like with a bump node instead. Which I guess I am missing the Z component, so I guess it will look a bit different. So let me try to get rid of the Z component. You know what? Never mind. No, I should. I'll do the Z component as well. Okay, subtract. I'm sure there might be some like vector math approach I'm just not thinking of that would do this in like one sweep instead of this nonsense that I'm doing, but that's fine. Boom. Addition is, what's the word? It's not associative, it's commutative. I don't know what the word is. You can swap it. Okay, this should go in the Z, and then finally this goes into here. Okay, let's see. What do we get? We get something that seems kind of similar, I guess. Not that similar. So here's my version of the bump node. Here's the bump node. I guess I forgot to normalize. That could be part of the issue, although I doubt it. Let's see. Normalize. Oh, yes. I surely do not know what I'm doing, but for all you... Ducky, watch this. This is another tutorial idea for you. Okay, let's get back to answering questions and looking at the chat. Wow, I have missed a high amount of chat. I'm going to scroll up to the top and just kind of pick the ones I like. Most of you guys have horrible questions. I'll just pick the ones I like. Are you doing anything with your math degree? Cowslaw asks. Not in the traditional sense. You know, I'm not an accountant. I'm not a math teacher. I'm not pretty much anything you'd do with a math degree. I guess you could say that it's helped me with Blender. I mean, undoubtedly, right? Like, the reason I excel at the things I excel at, like, I like the procedural stuff, I like the motion tracking stuff. These are all pretty... motion tracking is not that technical, but these are all pretty technical processes. So I'd say math benefits me, but I'm not using my math... I'm not applying to something where a math degree would be useful. Let's say that. Good question, good question. Do you know anything about vector displacement? I don't know how to use it to make like really cool results, but I understand the theory of it, which is that instead of displacing along the normal, like a displacement map, vector displacement, you can displace in an arbitrary direction, meaning that you can have concavity. It's kind of like a function has to map each 2D point right on the surface to a certain height. Vector displacement can get around that. You can have two different heights because you could sample one here, and then from over here, you just bring it up and over. For those of you who understood. As if you didn't practice this for hours beforehand. True. For the video I made about... Oh, I guess I did make a video about normal maps. I just have a bad memory. For that one, I did look into the gradient concept, which is what I was messing with. But I didn't try to make a... I don't think I tried to make a node group of that. I need to watch your full node course, just procrastinating since it seems so daunting. Yeah, so I've like level 1 uploaded on the default on this channel, which is 2 hours. It's just the 9 parts I recorded that I put back to back to back with extra Patreon plugs, because you know what, it's a free 2-hour tutorial. It's not daunting. It starts literally, I think I literally tell you how to move a node, I think. It's not daunting. If anything, like it took me 2 hours to explain everything up until texture coordinates, which is where the stuff really begins. So it's super easy. I guess it goes in depth on the simple concepts. That's true. Let me disable my script, actually. Okay. Sorry for the people who are commenting now. I'm like working my way from the top to the bottom. Okay, some people here know some stuff about math and they're explaining to me. Okay. Am I up to date on the chat now? Are you participating in November or explaining a few of those crazy ones like the procedural zipper? I'm very disappointed that I didn't actually take part in November. I will definitely next time. Don't get it twisted. I don't understand a lot of the guys who are doing the crazy stuff like Simon Thomas and like some other dude whose like last name's Hans or something. I don't understand it, but I know how to make the simple versions. Like I know how to make a zipper and stuff like that. I did a couple of them by myself. Like I recently did the snow one, which was cool. You basically just use dot product to your advantage. Yeah. I was so excited when I saw the thumbnail of your hole in hand course, finally an object tracking tutorial, but it turns out it's a paid course. Yeah, it's a paid course. It's a good course and it deserves to be paid. I don't know what to tell you. The thing is, it's kind of weird with YouTube because I'm making free tutorials, which ideally would sustain. Like if I make a certain amount of money, right, because this is my main job, then I don't need to make paid stuff. It doesn't make enough money. So I need to also make paid stuff. However, it's not like I'm doing either or. There's paid stuff and there's the free stuff I put on both these channels. By the way, if you want that course, I should have the link in the description. I think it's the whole description. It's a very good course. Had some dude email me saying that it's worth way more than $15, which it is, of course. It is a good course in my opinion. I think I nailed the getting to the point thing. Like 2.5 hours is like, it might seem like a long time, but like I could have spent like 10 hours explaining this, but I feel like I even went at it from a beginner approach and nailed it. By the way, I wonder if any of my Blender Nest boys are on the Discord. They could join if they're watching. Although maybe that would tank my internet. I did the Gumroad course today. Pretty good. Paul Mr. The says it's pretty good. You believe him? Find out. There's two ways. I'm going to stop plugging after this, but I do want to plug since I made it. You can either get it on Gumroad for $15 or on Patreon for the $15 tier. So they cost the same, and you might be thinking, oh, obviously I'd want it on Gumroad. Why would I pay $15 a month for the thing? The idea is I'm releasing a course every single month, so instead of buying them individually on Gumroad, one $15 subscription gets you all of them. And in the future, when I have multiple courses, your $15 for 1 month of Patreon will get you multiple courses. But for now, you have an option. In this case, it doesn't matter since they're the same. Have you tried AMD Pro Render? No. Guys, don't just ask Blender questions, you know? I always talk about Blender. Interesting questions. Hello, people from the country you're saying you're from. Hello from America. How did I get so good at chess? So you have to understand, I'm not like, Grant is like pretty good. If you go to like chess.com or one of these sites that ranks you, he's like a 1500 on, I don't know what type of game, like maybe they're 10-minute games or something, but whatever category he plays, he's a 1500. I'm like more like a 1250, so he's better than me. But I did, in college, I did like playing chess quite a bit. I enjoyed that match with Grant. I think Curtis is looking into a bit of chess. So I'm not, like, I know it's a joke. I'm not actually that bad at chess. How old were you when you started learning CG? I don't know. I know the first time I like messed around with VFX type stuffs, like when I was like probably around 13. It was Windows Movie Maker stuff, extract a frame and draw on a muzzle flash and just put the frame back in. I think I must have started, like a lot of people, by seeing like Minecraft music videos. And I'm like, I want to make one myself. So I got Cinema 4D, and that's how I started. Who are you going to vote for in the upcoming elections? Ooh, spicy. I wonder if my stream is going to get, like, Wouldn't be flagged. I mean, demonetized. I don't know. I'm registered to vote. I don't think I will because I don't really have a preference. I don't have like somebody I really like, and I don't follow it closely. What was your school life like? It was very different between high school and college. College, I feel like in high school I was very extroverted. In college I was very introverted. I started off extroverted, but it was kind of like a slow decline. I'm trying to fix that. I was very studious. I was like pretty much like a 4.0 student in both high school and college. But I like having fun too. Did making tutorials change your way of seeing things in general? Okay, I know a lot of you guys won't like this, but I went on this rant before on the Blundernest podcast. The short tutorials are. It's not really that my tutorials are short over at the CGMatter channel. Sometimes they are, but they're stylized. Like sometimes I rap them, sometimes I do an Ian Hubert format, although that's pretty rare. Sometimes I'll like do a gimmick for the whole thing. It changed my opinion on life in that Curtis said it best. It's not the quality of what you do, it's just how much you can entertain people, which is nice. I like making funny videos. I just wish I could make, like the tutorials I make here where I just hit record, say what I need to say, hit stop record. I wish that was more successful, but I enjoy both of them. The CGMatter tutorial making thing is sometimes pretty draining because I'm spending days on something that would take me like 15 minutes to explain on a first take on the default cube channel. That's what I think. Probably not what you expected, but that is. How do I make my money? I make my money off of, and these aren't like all like the same. Some of these are more monetarily beneficial than others. I make my money on AdSense. That means the advertising on YouTube videos. That one's not very significant on both channels. I make a good chunk, like a very large chunk of what I make on Patreon, which is why I always promote it, because it's in some sense it's more sustainable because you're dealing with people who generally like what you're doing. So Patreon is a giant component, and without it, I wouldn't be able to do it. Check out my Patreon. Sponsorships, and I think that's it. And the products I make, I guess, which I made a video course. Link in the description. That's how I make my money. And don't get it twisted. It's not a lot. Really isn't. I'm looking into moving soon. Luckily, I make enough to be able to pay rent for various places in my area, so I'm going to look around, although it's going to be hard picking a place because you can't really do a viewing, I think. I don't think you can go inside people's places nowadays. How long do the CGMatter tutorials take to make? I procrastinate quite a bit. If I wanted to grind, I could make them within a day, but that's stretching it. It really depends on what I do. Right now I'm working on a rap tutorial, and I've been just lazy about this. I haven't gotten it started. It's going to be about anamorphic illusions. It's been a couple days, but I haven't been actually working on it. So it normally takes me like 3 days. Thoughts on the Unreal Engine? I mean, I don't have anything to say you haven't heard. It's nice. For people who don't know, there's two major things about Unreal Engine. The first one is that, again, this is a game engine. It's all meant to be real time. So everything I'm about to say happens in 30 or 60 frames per second in real time. They're fake global illumination, however they calculate it in real time. Maybe it is ray traced. Has gotten crazy. You can now do dynamic lighting and everything. It updates so quickly. And the more important thing is their other thing that lets you have almost an arbitrary amount of geometry in your scene. So not millions, but billions of polygons, which is crazy. It means you no longer need to optimize your models ideally, although I don't know if that's actually what's going to happen. So ideally you can just model from ZBrush and import directly into your game engine. I don't really have an opinion on it. I don't make games. Favorite rapper besides Eminem? He really, like, I know I joke, but he really is my favorite rapper. And I don't really listen to rap except for Eminem's rap because I just like him. I like Hobson. Hobson's my other favorite rapper. Bum ba-dum 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 ba-dum. And again, if these questions become, not interesting or whatever, what I can do is I have a idea in my head for a little project I can work on stream. But the issue is, sorry, this comment just got my attention. Will you bring the taxi driver mohawk back? For those of you who haven't seen Taxi Driver, it's a good movie. Watch it. I don't think I'm bringing back the mohawk because I'm growing out my hair again. For those of you who were there at the beginning of the CGMatter channel, my hair was super long. I got a lot of shit for it, but I'm gonna bring back my long hair, so not anytime soon. Thank you for the donation, Texas. I appreciate it, and I'm sorry that the thing doesn't pop on screen like in previous streams, but hopefully my auditory look at you pointing you out thing makes that benefit supplement whatever makes it worth it, whatever. Thank you for the donation, I appreciate it. Do you have a favorite movie? I was thinking about this a lot. I think for most people they don't actually have a favorite movie. They have a favorite movie at the time that they can access in their memory. I feel like my favorite movie, I can't remember what it is, but I'll just say some movies that I really, really like. Inception, I really, really like, even though I'd never watch it again. I don't want to watch it again. Like, thinking about, like, spending 2.5 hours watching it again makes me feel bad, right? But I just like that movie, even though I don't want to watch it again. I also like Memento, a lot of Christopher Nolan movies. Another one of my favorite movies is... I like The Taking of Deborah Logan. It's not actually my favorite in any capacity. I'm just listing movies that have had an impact on me. There's that movie that was made with a blender, like about the severed hand. I Lost My Body. That one's actually pretty good. Can't remember. Hey Soto, thank you for being in the chat. Do you watch anime? Not recently. I've watched Attack on Titan, Death Note, other stuff. Oh, thank you, Nikolai Nygaard. Just because you donated does not mean I know how to pronounce your name. Thank you for donating. He says, thanks for doing what you do. Your style is very unique and entertaining as well as informative. Thank you. That's what I try to achieve. I talk about it with the Blender Nest guys. About why I'm successful-ish in the Blender thing on both Default Cube and CGMatter, and obviously it's for different reasons. For CGMatter, it's because of the stylistic thing, and people find it funny or entertaining. I don't really know how many people watch the tutorials and actually do the projects. I wish more people would, because I try to pick cool projects. The Default Cube one is just like, how well can you commentate? Because that's a traditional, like, Ducky 3D style tutorial where you hit record, say what you need to say, hit stop record. So, thanks for the donation, and thank you for the compliment. Favorite video game? I don't play video games anymore. I'm just not interested in them. My favorite's Skyrim, and I will come back to video games when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. I know another game I like is Terraria. It's like the movie. I don't believe in favorites usually. Russian text says, how can I donate to you? And of course I'm highlighting this because of course I want the donation. You donate to me via Super Chat. It's a YouTube thing. It's like credit card linked. I know because I donated to Josh. If you want to do it there. If you want to do it on Patreon, do it there. Patreon's actually better than this, but whatever. How did you decide to learn Blender? I decided to learn Blender because I was selling models on 3D model websites. I was making models and selling them, and you want to make them in the highest number of formats possible, and people were selling their models in .blend files, so I'm like, okay, Blender's free, I may as well just learn how to convert it, and those conversions slowly turned into me actually modeling in the software, and that's how, Thank you, Nikolai, again for a donation. Are you going to make the level 2 node series? I talked about this on the I think I talked about this either on the RGB curves video I just made or yeah, it has to be. I talked about it. I don't think so. I'm definitely going to make tutorials about procedural nodes that would live in level 2, but I don't think I'm going to be like, okay, here's part 10 of the series or whatever I'm supposed to be on. Because I didn't like the structured thing. It'd be fine if it was a video course that I was selling, but to make it on YouTube, it's not that fun, honestly. There's concepts I want to talk about that would fit in level 2. I'm definitely going to make a lot of procedural node tutorials. Don't get it twisted. But it's not. I don't know if it's going to be structured to the point where I could package it into level 2. I don't think. And I know a lot of people give me shit about, like, you know, you make level 2, make object tracking. I'm going to make what I want to make, and that's about it. How to buy your models. I no longer have them up. I was done with. I used to use Turbo Squid, and the thing with that is they have an exclusivity clause, which says that if you join the Squid Guild, which is a thing that gives you a higher percentage of the revenue, if you do that, you have an exclusivity deal, which means that you can't put your models elsewhere. So I stopped putting them there. Just deleted the account. Man on the dollar donates. Thank you. Says shoe on head. Well, thanks. What level you should have? I don't know what you're asking me. I will register on Patreon just to support you. Thank you. You and 300-ish other people have been very generous and make this tutorial thing possible for me. So thank you. How much money did I get by selling them? Not much. I'd say that over my whole run, and it's not like I did it as a job. It was just something I focused on. I was making 3D models specifically to sell them, but it wasn't like I was doing 9 to 5 3D modeling. I'd say during my whole run, I made like $2,000, which isn't much compared to how much time I invested in it. Like, I'd be making substantially under maybe like a fifth of minimum wage at the rate I was working. But it was fun and I learned a lot. So you could try selling 3D models. It's a saturated market. You're not going to have a good time, I don't think. Best Meme donates $10. Thank you, Best Meme. And says, I'd love a default cube tutorial or a course recreating a photograph with perfect photorealism. I'd love to see how a great artist tackles the small details that makes all the difference. Okay, so he's saying, or she is saying, take a photo and then with the same angle, with the same everything, just make it all in 3D, but without using the photo. So don't, project from view and just use textures from it. It'd be an interesting idea. It would definitely have to be, like you say, a default cube tutorial, because editing that into a CGMatter thing would be a nightmare. Like, I don't even know how I'd package that. Yeah, I could do it as a default cube tutorial. I don't know. It'd need to be an interesting image. Like, I don't want to just take a photo of, like, a street and just remake it. It needs to be interesting in some capacity. It needs to have some twist to it. I'm open to the idea. Yeah, I don't know. I know that's something that a lot of other Blender YouTubers, I can only think of Daniel Kraft right now, has done. And I don't want to, like, copy his format, so I don't know. Nikolai donates again. Thank you. And asks, how did you get into 3D in general? Already answered that. It was, I was watching Minecraft animations, like those music videos back when those were popular. And I'm like, how do I make my own without just, like, screen capturing within Minecraft and doing something weird? And it was Learn Cinema 4D. That's how I got into 3D. I think I'm going to soon transition into working in Blender. Because I'm not seeing any questions. I mean, it's not like your questions are that bad. Just none that I really specifically want to answer. Are you still learning Houdini? No. But I've bought like a $250 license for the whole year, and I think I still have like 9 months left or something. I got it pretty recently. There's been a couple projects that I wanted to make that I was thinking would be easier to do in Houdini, but I'm just too scared and I don't. I will say I've been watching quite a few Houdini tutorials. I just haven't been applying what I've learned. So I'm like only half invested, honestly. It's not like a Blender where I have an idea and then I actually try it. Okay, thank you, Greyjack Gaming, for the donation. And Greyjack Gaming says, what are your general thoughts on the UFC? Sorry to disappoint, I know very little. What I do know about it is that, like, the very rare times I listen to the Joe Rogan podcast, that's when I get updated on that kind of stuff. I don't really watch fighting. And I'm assuming you're asking something about, like, what they're doing for fighting with COVID, because I heard there was something about that. I really don't know much about it. Sorry. Are you Captain Disillusion's long lost son? I mean, here's the thing. My hair isn't, like, actually black, right? That's a weird thing. I wonder how many people have subscribed after the fact that I dyed my hair. You might be able to see. Might be a bit of a gradient there. My hair's blonde. Like the color of my mustache right now, that's the color of my hair. I guess we both have black hair. It's just that I'm faking it. Maybe he is too. Like he fakes his skin. Okay. I think I must do some procedural stuff. I'll see if there's some way for me to look at the chat as well while I do this, although I do think it would be tricky. If I could make a detached pop-out, yes, I can make pop-out chat. That's a good start. Because I do want to be able to read while also... And I guess what I can do is it can be on screen as well. Okay, let me try it. I'm going to open up my script that I use for recording. And not like the script of what I say, but the script I use for moving my camera. So there we go. Okay, so now we have the chat. And then I can minimize this, open this, but still have one on top of the other. How do I do this? I can make this window smaller. And it's not, I do have a second monitor, I just don't have it plugged in. Okay, there we go. I think this is a good setup. I didn't actually say what the idea is yet. I wanted to try to make a procedural American flag because it has quite a few interesting elements. It has stripes, it has stars, it has regions. Can somebody verify if I am stuttering? Okay. Everything's working. I don't need to be paranoid. Let's make a American flag. So, stretch this into the dimensions. And the first thing I want to work on is getting the procedural red and white stripes. And we can obviously use a... thank you, it is a cool concept. We could use a wave texture, but that's like easy. So let's try to do it in a more difficult way. Thank you for the donation again, Nikolai. Did you make any Minecraft videos? Show us. Yeah, back in the day, you can look for it. I don't think it still exists. I had a channel called The Green Gamer 100. I think it was my first YouTube channel, where a friend and I made a Minecraft Let's Play series. If it still exists, try to find it. I don't think it does, though. But if you mean animations, I made a couple. I don't remember if I actually uploaded any of them. So maybe not. Okay. So here we have Y going from 0 to 1. We somehow need to turn these into discrete stripes without using like color ramp or something. I'm thinking we use fraction. It's probably the standard approach. Math, fraction, which isn't going to do anything. This just basically rounds, doesn't round, it just cuts off the integer. So 1.1 becomes 0.1. 123.48 becomes 0.48, right? It just keeps the fraction or the decimal part of it. Okay, so fraction, but now we need to do some scaling so that it actually works. There we go. Now we're getting something closer to stripes, but we want only integer amounts. So let's put in a value, round this to ceiling. There we go. So now I could say I have however many stripes. Now the issue with 13, and I guess I didn't account for this. The issue with 13 is that it's a odd number. Because originally what I was going to do is just make like, I think six stripes and separate them into 2 categories. One that's greater than 0.5, one that's less than, and that should give me 1, 2, 3, 12. But we can't do that because it's an odd number. But I think we can fix this just by kind of getting rid of this ceiling and instead doing 6.5. Boom. Problem solving live. 13 stripes. Now let's give them a color. This is basically just a matte. I don't remember if it starts with red or white. Doesn't matter. You can just flip it upside down if I'm wrong. Factor. One's red. One's white. Boom. Next, how do we get that blue thing in the corner? Should be somewhere around the full quadrant. I think it's a bit smaller. You could do this precisely. I think I'm just going to do some more texture coordinate stuff. What if I think I can just do this with some greater than, less than. So first of all, we need to isolate this X region. So here you can kind of see the scanning on one side. And let's invert this, so less than. Whoops, that's logarithm. That's what happens when you type an L. We'll do less than. And then we'll do the same thing for the y-axis, like this. That should give us a vertical control, which this one I'm going to do greater than. And then if we multiply these, this is the idea. It's like doing a live tutorial. Now we have a rectangle that we can control from the corner. Now, again, I don't really have it in my mind exactly what it looks like, but that's pretty close. So we're just going to take this and then overlay this thing with a bit of blue. So let's mix. Whoops. Let's mix this with our factor, which we're going to make blue. Like, you know, the point is, doesn't need to be accurate. It just needs to be procedural and get the idea across. I do think that it does line up with the line, but I don't know if it's, I think it's probably one down. So let's just shift it down just a bit. And I'm trying to think what number this should be. If I separated this into 13ths, let me, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 13ths. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 13ths up. Does that mean 6 divided by 13? There you go. Big brain. So you could see before I wasn't lined up, but since it's 6 stripes up, 6 13ths, now it's lined up. I think we're doing pretty good. I'm not sure how much it is on the X, but whatever. Okay, now for the tricky part, which I actually, if you have not watched the RGB curves video, you're doing yourself no favors, because I think I literally showed you how to make a star, or the technique you'd use to make a star. So let me show you. And let's do a bit of a save. Call this flag. A lot of what I see is random text in the chat. 200 IQ moves. These are 5-head moves. Why download an image of a flag when you can make it procedurally? What American flag has infinite detail like this one? It's a good point. RGB curves. I'm thinking that we're gonna... How do I want to do this? Because the issue is everything is stretched, so I need to account for this. I'm thinking... I'm going to start off by just having a second plane with the same material so I can look at what I'm making here. So here you can see it's kind of squashed. I'm going to make it here and then account for the stretching on the real flag. So let's just view this. We do need our separate. And how do I make a star? I need to first convert this into polar coordinates, which is a math node. Curtis didn't send me... Oh, I need to check the Discord. Whoops. When you leak the Discord. I'm an idiot. Oh well. It happens. So you could either do arctangent and then a division. What I mean by this is you could divide y over x and then arctangent. This will give you, I think, the right thing. Is that right? Oh no, I have x divided by x. Y divided by x. Yes, this gives you a nice angle that we can control. So here you can see it's going to sweep across like this. To make it a bit faster, you can actually just use arctangent 2, which I think has the division built in. So it's y over x. So same thing. But I do want this centered, so I guess I should use object coordinates instead. So let's do the same thing, because I don't want just the top right quadrant. There you go. And this arctangent, what it does is it goes from 0 all the way to pi, and then in this direction from 0 all the way to negative pi. So a trick I saw over at Simon Thomas, it's a good one. Originally I did it with a bunch of math nodes. I guess it wasn't that smart. Is you use, well, not that, you use a map range. And then, since it's going from 0 to pi and negative pi to 0, you just put that in. Negative pi, pi. Now you got a angle from 0 to 1, which we can control using the same trick as we did with the stripes. So you use a fraction, and then you multiply so that we have a number bigger than 1. Look at that. It's the start of our star. And I'm thinking, I guess we could just put it in manually. Do we want 5? Yes. No. Does the American flag have 5 or 6 star? I don't remember. Let me just check on that. I'm just going to black so I don't accidentally leak something like I always do. American flag has 5. 5. Okay. There we go. Let me just make sure it's working. That face cam script is a godsend, honestly. Okay, 5, which means that we can now create our star by first. Oh yeah, Curtis, if you want to hop on a stream, just message me on Discord, and then message me here on the chat so I can see it, because I can't open Discord without leaking it unless I plan ahead and make it a black screen. So if you want to be on, message me. Okay, star. What am I doing? We need to extract the radius. True, Curtis, we could do a game of chess on a stream. I think that'd be fun. Whoever recommended that high IQ move right there. Okay, what was I doing? Extracting the radius. So that's the length. And then if we just compare these, again, watch that fucking tutorial I made that kind of explains all this. Like literally these concepts. So we'll see where one is greater than the other, which gives us a nice thing, a nice little flower generator. I guess just a flower, and then to make it a flower generator, RGB curves lets you control the type of flower. Look at that, that's interesting. Okay, so how do we make stars? I think we bring these both to 1, and then just kind of chip away at this. And make sure that is 0.5. Now, the quality of this is really just dependent on how much time I spend on this RGB curve. And the interesting thing is, since like radius, I don't know how to explain this, but like straight lines don't make straight lines on this curvature, right? Because there's a factor we're not accounting for. So we actually need to control how curved we want this. So maybe we could like bring that up and then do the same symmetrical thing. I feel like this is garbage. Let me just restart it. I'm fine with a garbage star. We'll do it this way. Okay. So now we have a star, which like I said is going to be stretched out in this I'm still looking for Curtis. Okay, I can join talk. Give me a second. Everybody, I need to set this up and get like desktop audio going and everything. So just 1 second of black screen. Okay, Curtis, can you hop on voice channel? But now, is my audio coming out the right thing? Okay, you can hear me? Now, the question is, can they hear you? Let's see. Desktop audio is muted for some reason. Why? Can you keep talking? Yeah, I'm using normal latency. It's a godsend that my Wi-Fi hasn't like shit out yet. How? Okay, wait. Why is desktop? Oh, wait. I know why. I know why. Okay, talk again. Never mind. I have no idea what I'm doing. Why would the Discord audio not be reaching desktop audio, do you think? Let's see. Advanced properties, they're all on track 1. Oh, wait. I think I know why. Okay. One more time.
Hello, testing,
Okay,
testing.
perfect. Now, people, just tell me if Curtis is too loud or too quiet. Did you want to do a chess game or just talking?
Oh, look, I need a bit more practice.
Listen. I'm not that good, okay?
I'll tell you what, actually, I did some games against like the easiest level computer earlier, and 3 games in a row was stalemating. And that's just me not being able to end the game properly.
Stalemating is somehow better than a checkmate. I guess if you're the one to force a stalemate, not if you can't finish the game.
Yeah, so I'm not too sure.
Come
Like, I need to
on.
brush up on the rules there.
Come on.
Okay, yeah, sure, let's do
Chat,
it.
say he's scared. Okay,
Oh, let's
cool.
do it.
Okay, I'm gonna need to set this up I keep like here's the thing, I'm always scared of
Uh,
leaking the stream key. That's like the worst thing.
Okay, a little too loud. I'm a bit too loud. You need to turn me down.
Okay. That should be better.
All right.
I'm just gonna send you an invite on Lichess.
Okay.
Same thing I did for Grant. Have you like ranked yourself yet? Like, have you played, or was it really only computer against the computer?
Yeah, it was only really against the computer, just playing around, trying to learn some terms.
What do you know? Do you know en passant?
Yes, I do. I learned about that one. That's
Can't
a really
believe Grant
sneaky
pulled
move.
that on me in the game. I forgot that existed, honestly.
Yeah, I lost a couple of pawns earlier to that, and I was like, "What? Oh, right, okay."
Okay, I am putting it in the text channel.
All right.
Then I need to figure out how to. Dude, chess streams are a genius idea, honestly. I don't know why Josh is getting any viewers. He's just hard surface modeling.
This is gonna go
Chess.
so bad.
Okay, let me just make sure that everybody can see.
I've never
Not
played a
bad.
game under pressure.
Come on, this is no pressure. And plus, are you joining the tournament that Remington's
No,
hosting?
oh no, I haven't signed up for.
I'm gonna
I don't
be in
know.
there. So Chad, if you want to play against me, go ahead. Okay, I think we're good. Let's begin. I always do King's Gambit.
Right. I'm gonna always be like second guessing myself.
Hmm. Do you know about developing?
I'm not. I don't know the term.
So what research have you done? Like research on like John Bartholomew and all
It's,
this?
okay, let's just let me focus because
Okay,
I'm nervous.
we'll do it on my move.
Right.
Okay, so have you like watched John Bartholomew and all this?
I watched a little bit.
He's like, I feel like he's the blender guru of chess. Like, there's a couple people that are doing chess tutorials, but he's the most like, I feel like he's the most accessible and kind of explains what's going on. Although he really kind of does assume you know quite a bit from the get go.
Yeah, I can't have a discussion and think at the same time. This is a
There's unlimited. I'm telling you, I set it for unlimited time. Although maybe we should have done a 5 minute game.
we should have done. Actually, it probably would have been easier doing a speed run of this.
I
Um,
remember one of my favorite memories is I said we played a lot of chess in college. What we did is we went into the hallway of the dorms. I'm assuming it's the same thing in the UK. You have dorms, right?
well, kind of.
What do you
It,
have?
it it depends on the type of school. So describe a dorm to me. What in your mind? What is a dorm?
A dorm is a building that is on campus or very near campus that is just like it's almost like a hotel. It's just
Oh,
I
all
don't
right.
know, hundreds of rooms.
Yeah, okay. We do have that, but it depends on what sort of place you go to. It's not a
And
very
like
common thing though.
so is everybody just living like in houses and stuff?
Yeah, I mean, usually, especially around like the sort of developed suburban areas where we are, you don't have that because everything's close enough within public transport that you don't need anyone to like stay on site or anything.
It's
But
a good point.
there are still places that do that. Anyway, sorry, let me think. Uh,
Is it common to not drive in the UK? Like to not have a driver's license?
Again, depends where you live. Like, I have one, but I don't ever drive,
Hmm.
so I just got one for the sake of having it. But because I live around London, there's public transport everywhere. You know, in
Yeah, I'm
fact, a
lucky
lot.
to live in an area that has a bunch of public transport too, because I don't drive, but like I never need to.
Yes, like for example, if I wanted to get into inner London, it's a much faster to take public transport than it is to drive. So what's the point? You know?
Hmm. I see checkmate in two. No, in one. Let's do. Man, will you post the end result of the node you're making on Reddit or something? Probably not. Make you guys pay for it.
I feel bad. I've just hijacked your live stream
You
with
didn't
a game.
hijack anything. What I did you just join like the moment that you sent the message, or were you lurking for a bit?
Okay, so I have a friend that sent me a message saying that you were streaming and stuff like that, and then I was like, oh, let's see what's going on.
It is a rare CGMatter live stream. What it was is I was just like answering questions, and the questions were good, but then they started like posting garbage questions. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just do like a Blender project.
Yeah.
Hmm. Now that was a blunder. Let's see. Now I'm assuming you're not watching my stream because I'm like putting
No,
stuff all over the board, just calculating.
no. Also, whenever you say stuff, like 80% of what you say is always a joke, so I don't know whether to trust you.
No, no. If you like right click drag on the board, like that's for real.
Okay.
I don't like playing that many moves ahead, but I do actually use it.
Right.
Uh
Right.
Chat, can you make some bets, please? I feel like such a Twitch streamer calling him chat. Viewers, say who's gonna win. Have you considered doing Twitch for like anything, like for like just while you're coding or something like this?
No, not really. I have thought about doing some live streams. We're starting doing it, say later on this month, because the anniversary for Biogen is coming. And I thought, well, maybe I'll do something like discussion related.
It's been a year.
Yeah, it'll be a year on the 20 something, I think, since the first version. Right.
I think they're saying it's about 50. I mean, there's only two people who voted. One of them was me. For me, one of them was you. Somebody votes for Grant.
Oh, this is interesting.
You always put on a super smart persona on your channel, but can you live up to it?
The problem is you've gone in deep with research in this. As soon as the possibility of you playing with Grant happened, like
I
you really
swear,
went in
though,
deep.
I swear I did not play any games during that time. I didn't do any kind of practice at all. I used to do a lot of chess practice, but not over the last month.
Okay, so I've just had to make some little decisions.
Hmm.
The problem here is that I can't read chat, but maybe that's a good thing.
They are giving a couple hints. I just got the creepiest message in chat.
What?
I'll just say it. It doesn't matter. Somebody called me out by name, but it was more than that. Like I have a very weird like I don't think you even know what it is because I haven't shown you like the real spelling, but I have a very weird spelling of my name, and somebody wrote it that way. I
I
wonder
think
if they like actually know me.
think I might have seen it before.
Huh. Okay.
I think,
Anyways,
yeah, I think when we tested a service once, it popped up and we made a comment about it. But yeah, let's not go into that.
I don't know where I would have put my like real spelling. Like it really doesn't matter. I looked into it. I'm like, okay, assume you know my address or you know my phone number, my name and all this. Like, what could you actually figure out? It's not much. Like there is that two-factor authentication thing, but you
Yeah.
need to literally have my phone.
Hmm. Sorry if I'm taking too long thinking.
It is kind of freeing now that I've finally let go of my first name. Time to rename the channel.
Yeah, I mean, I did always think about using a different name for mine, but I thought it just wasn't um viable.
I think the only thing with your name is there's some dude called Curtis Holt. I think he's like a comedian or something.
There's also like I think it's like a DC character or something. Oh, maybe that's wrong. Or is it on Arrow? Oh, I can't remember.
It's some dude with an afro. I think whenever I like look you up, he's like I think your website or your YouTube channel's first result, and then like his stuff.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I'm applying pressure.
Right. Hmm. Sorry, I'm just trying to plan a few steps ahead. I mean, that's how you're supposed to play it, really.
I don't know about that. This is one of those rare times that I actually read comments. I think actually the last time I read comment, I did look at the comments for the Grant versus me chess game, but that was it. It's been a while since I've actually delved in. Let's see. Oh, you going down?
This also feels like I think some of the pressure also comes from that I know your audience are going to be on your side for this a lot. So
They
it's
hate
like,
me and I hate them. Like I really, first of all, I really think they don't care.
yeah.
Have you ever watched like real chess tournaments? It's just some of the weirdest stuff in the world. They're like emotionless and they don't ever look each other in the eye for the full game.
No, I haven't really. I
And
mean,
when you yeah,
I was gonna say, I think I've watched people do like speed games where it's just like the hands always moving, things are always flying off the board, and I'm like, wow, that's actually pretty fascinating.
it
But
is. But like
Yeah.
also like in any other thing, they whoever wins, you're not supposed to like smile or anything. You just handshake and immediately walk away from the table. They say it's not like players against each other; it's positions against each other. There's some weird elitism with chess.
You're already putting pressure on me here.
I mean, I already know what move you're making.
Yeah, but I feel like I want to be a bit unpredictable. But I don't want to be stupid in doing that, but also think it might be funny, and is the funny value worth it? Probably not. Okay.
I wonder if I could make the transition into like a chess channel because that was always something I considered. Because all these chess channels are like grandmasters. What if it's like somebody who's just like average skill and they like climb the ranks throughout their like YouTube career on it?
Yeah. Hmm. Right, you can probably win this in a few turns.
Oh, I've got the plan ready.
Yeah, I can see a couple of ways that you can get it. But here's the thing, everything that I can do to try and stop that requires one or two preparation turns, which isn't going to work out. Hmm. It's good practice, though.
Mm-hmm. Why do you play against the computer instead of just like random people online?
Because, as I say, I'm not completely sure on the rules entirely. So I think making sure I understand what stalemate actually is probably my first priority.
Still, I mean, honestly, once you're playing like for real with like grandmasters and stuff, like most games end in a stalemate, I think. But generally, very few games I've played online end in stalemate. It's usually one person just dominating another.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit risky because I feel like my chances are a bit slim here.
Hmm. I got a random person challenging me because they know my username CGMatter for the chess website.
Right.
That would be fun. You guys keep challenging me. I'll accept some of those games later. You know how I know we're both trash. Neither of us have castled yet, and we're like really deep in the game.
Yeah.
Like it's like
I
one of
know.
the first priorities.
I know. I know. I was looking at mine thinking, yeah, I should have done this. But actually, there was a few moments earlier where I was like, okay, now's the time.
Mm-hmm.
But then you pulled a few things that like made me hold back, and then looking at yours, thinking, oh god, we still got a way to go.
Ah, Daniel. Is Daniel on the server? Like Daniel
Da-
Craft?
oh,
We need to
no.
send him an invite if not, because I do want to talk to him.
Can we
I
just
was he a part of like some of the other server? I think he was. He might even be a Discord friend of mine. I'm not sure. So how does this? So you said a friend told you, right? It didn't like pop up and recommend it or something.
Yes, no, someone from my server.
Huh. I wonder how people find it in general. I guess it has to go top of recommended because it's like a limited time thing.
Yeah.
Daniel, send me a friend request if we haven't already to CGMatter and I can add you. Or to Curtis, might actually be easier since I wouldn't have to do the black screen thing. But up to you.
Yeah. Are we in anything mutual to make it easy for him to send me a friend request? Or
I swear he was on one of their. Yeah, he must have been, because I always see him. Oh, oh, okay, I got it. I'm just gonna go black screen for a sec
okay.
because I don't want to say what I'm thinking out loud. But I think I can add him. Okay, Daniel, if you're watching, invite incoming. Is he there? Yes, he is. Okay. Invite to server. Boom. Okay, accept that thing and then join the voice channel, Daniel. And let me go back on. Beautiful. I should really put on a second monitor.
Yeah, that'd probably be
Daniel,
helpful.
accept the invite. Oh shit, what did you just do?
Oh,
Do you,
that friend of mine said he found the live stream from the sub box.
huh. Guess that's a good thing. Is there a way for me to like go and move back? Just there is. Good. I just want to visualize what happened.
Yeah, that's a queen to f6.
Oh, Curtis, you see that resign button?
No, you know what I don't.
Hello?
Hi, Daniel.
Hey, are you any good at chess, Daniel?
I'm all right. Played it in like middle school.
Okay, this will tell me what's up. Have you ever been part of a chess club?
I have a giant trophy.
Oh shit.
Oh God.
Who's your favorite chess grandmaster? Fake fan.
Hmm.
Oh, I just had the weirdest audio desync.
Did you not hear what we were saying?
Just now know if you said something.
Yeah, I said who is your favorite chess grandmaster?
Oh, no. I
Okay.
don't know any of the chess celebrities. I played in like sixth grade or something.
My favorite's Grant.
Like Grant Abbott?
Yeah, I
The
use
one
the
and
Abbott
only.
Gambit quite a bit.
Is he a chess grandmaster?
Like, he's grand at fuck. I was trying to write some diss tracks after a certain somebody wrote one, and I was trying to make one against Grant
Hmm.
specifically. And that thing I was like saying last time, where I'm like, I'm a grant you. I just realized his last name fits in as well. I'm a grant you a bit of, and then something. I don't like this
Yeah.
queen. You got to get that out of there.
How,
I remember
how,
when you did Godzilla. That was funny.
Oh, you saw that?
Yeah, that inspired me, dude. I was like, wow, Blender YouTubers can be more than Blender YouTubers now.
I'm glad
damn.
I could pave a road for rapping. Daniel, when are you coming out with a diss track or a rap tutorial?
I don't know, man. I'm kind of booked up with videos right now.
Hmm. How many do you plan ahead?
2 to 3 weeks.
Whew. Just got the chills. It's quite a bit.
But you upload like daily. I upload weekly. So,
What do you mean I upload daily? Who do you think you're talking to?
well, don't you have like a? I know you upload pretty frequently.
I guess so.
Yeah, multiple times a day. Sometime. Was it inconsistent?
Listen,
I have like a weird schedule.
um, I don't plan that far ahead. I can't. I remember when I started the second channel, the idea was daily. And I'm like, I don't have an
Huh.
idea every day.
Yeah, it happens.
Come on.
I'm taking some risks here.
Like, what is your pawn structure? What is that? Oh wait, we have enough people here to do live freestyle rapping. Yes.
Okay, look, I've already made your rap. Let's wait until that comes out
I
first.
say I say you release it so that there's some like drama, and then we
How-
go freestyle, and not just me and you, like everybody.
Okay, well, yeah. I'm still thinking about ways to do the video.
I really do think you should go with the PowerPoint thing because you do need the visuals for some of the things, but making a whole music video is a pain.
Yeah, definitely.
Blunder! It's
Oh.
over. The people are saying they want you to play Daniel. Would you be willing to?
If you're willing to, you're probably gonna totally just slam me though.
Nah,
How often do you play?
you're being humble. I play twice over the last week, and then there's been a year gap before then, so not often.
Okay.
Although if we do go forward with that, we need to figure out how to change like Discord like regions or something.
Discord regions.
Yeah, because you're coming out a bit laggy.
Okay.
I think I've got it set to Europe after our grant thing. Do you want me to quickly set that back to
Yeah,
US?
try somewhere in the US.
Setting it to US testing?
Yeah, I think that's good. Daniel, can you talk?
Testing.
I think that is better.
Better. All right.
How am I going to recover CG?
You're not that far behind. Plus 14 is not the worst position you can be in.
No. I'm going to have to stop being so defensive.
Huh.
Curtis,
Mm-hmm.
I want to congratulate you on those few videos that you made about procrastination and things like that. Didn't have
Oh.
your contact on Discord before, but those were pretty good, dude.
Thank you very much. That's very nice to hear. I'm glad people like it. Possibilities. What was that?
I just like to think he like fell back in his chair.
That's weird. I just got my. I don't even know how to begin to explain that. My phone's not broken. That's all that matters.
Curtis, I'm gonna go pee and put on black screen. Feel free to promote whatever you want to promote. I'll be back in a minute.
Oh, okay, we're on black screen.
Yeah, but they can still hear you. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay, oh god, that's responsibility.
Man.
Hello, default tube audience. I have one request for you: unsubscribe, and then subscribe to my channel. That's it. No, actually, yeah, I'm joking. Clearly.
It's quite the suspicious emphasis.
Oh, now I have to wait for him. Right, okay. Download Bygen on Gumroad or Blender Market. While you're at it, check out my generation tools. There's a city scatter tool, space station generator, and the mech generator. If you're interested in modular environment design, I've got some resources for that as well. And most of my videos have free resources with them, but some of them are paid because Papa's got to eat. But yeah. But there won't be as much meme content with me as there is with CG. So I'm sorry if you're more interested in the comedic side of things. But I'm trying to be more genuine recently, which is why we're doing the discussion videos. So if you're interested in learning how to ignore people or dealing with procrastination or stuff like that, then hop along and see if you can pick up any ideas.
I love how this is a CGMatter live stream.
Okay, I'm back. What do you say?
What's up?
I didn't tell people to unsubscribe, and I didn't promote some of my work.
Unsubscribing immediately. Got it, boss. Consider it done. Oh boy.
Here's the thing: I can't read the chat because, like, I don't want to look there because that's cheating. So I have no idea. People could like be telling me to f off and stuff.
Someone just said Default Cube just lost 135 subs.
Big oof.
Whoa.
I make that many in a minute. Okay, let's see. You went backwards.
If you made that many in a minute, you wouldn't have to worry about AdSense anymore, I bet.
I'm telling you, I don't worry about AdSense. AdSense is a nice bonus.
I don't even look at the chart now. It's so low, like, compared to the other sections of the business that it's just not worth stressing about.
Yeah, for everybody listening, here's what you have to understand. I'm not trying to stroke my own ego here, but in terms of like views when it comes to Blender, I'm pretty high up there, which is what matters with AdSense. And let me tell you, even me, AdSense is nothing, okay? It's just so everybody understands.
It's insane, dude.
And Daniel, you pull in a lot of views as well.
Thank you. I was watching these finance videos or whatever, and they were talking about, they mentioned how much money they made from AdSense.
Yeah.
So it's like, is Blender YouTubers as a niche?
What do you say about niche?
Like the finance. Blender niche.
Yes, you lagged out after that.
Yeah, so the finance niche makes like 16 to 20 times more in AdSense.
Yeah.
Which is why Blender YouTubers have to depend on the external products and things like that. Patreon courses is like you just can't do it otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, it does make sense. Like, if you're watching a financial video, I don't want to say, like, you're easily manipulated, but you're already in the headspace to spend money to make money kind of thing. So yes. I feel like people are willing to advertise on stuff like that.
No, man. And you've seen, like, you always see these, like, really desperate ads of these people just, like... I saw this like 18-year-old kid who's like claiming he has like a $300 million business, wanting to teach you all his secrets and stuff. I'm like, dude, and he's paying for this. And I know the ad rates are really high, but they're selling like high ticket courses and stuff.
We should come out with a financial course. I don't see why not.
We've had so many ideas for courses. What'll happen is we'll sit down, we'll go, yeah, this is such a good idea. Wow, let's plan it out in like meticulous detail. And then like a week on from that, nothing would have happened.
Listen, it's still on the table. We don't need to fully throw away that idea.
Yeah.
One day.
To make money in Blender and then just make just plans that on dollar bill.
I swear if you make a how to make money in Blender course, it will sell.
I mean, you're right. But
it's kind of like the self-help book market. It's just profiting off like nothing. It's an illusion. Doesn't exist. But people are willing to pay for like this thing that doesn't actually exist. The same way that, do you know like Jordan Belfort's story?
Yes.
Yeah, so that man makes quite a bit of money, not just off like stocks. I mean, I don't know if he's even allowed to trade anymore, but he makes quite a bit just on speaking, and that's his main thing.
It's I respect. He's doing his thing. Thing about making money with Blender is a lot of time it's a race to the bottom if you're a hobbyist. Cause like I used to do Fiverr,
Yeah.
and yes, you can make money on Fiverr with Blender, but you have to give up a little bit of your dignity and a little bit of your soul.
What kind of stuff were you making though?
So, uh, what I mean by that is like, so I started teaching on there like shortly after nothing was happening, and then that's kind of what took off on Fiverr because no one else was teaching on it, under
Hmm.
specifically. But like before that, when I was making game assets and all that stuff, um, like people would come and like get mad at me for not giving them like free work trials and stuff like that, which you should never do
So
unless you're
what
totally okay with that.
when you say you were teaching on Fiverr, does that mean you were doing like tutoring or like selling tutorials or something like that?
A one-on-one Skype tutoring.
Oh, I'm interested, Curtis. Have you done any like Blender tutoring? Because
No,
I'm sure
not.
people have contacted you.
Yeah, I mean, I've had some people, first of all, recommend that I give it a try, and also, yeah, I've had people asking me for it, but I just ignore all those requests because I'm not interested in it.
I've done
But,
it twice with the same person and it went well, but I'm not looking into like doing it for real.
yeah, here's the thing: I don't like doing beginner content, and I feel like most of the tutoring requests are about that anyway. Um, so I guess I would probably just find it a bit too boring.
Hmm.
Yeah, the thing is like a lot of the clientele you'll get with tutoring is it's different than like your normal YouTube crowd. Like a lot of them don't care about Blender as much as they just care about the end product. Like they want to make VFX or like they want to make a series or they want to 3D print a, a piece and they're not looking to become a Blender artist. They're just looking for like a means to an end, which is why you'll see it usually results in freelance clientele. It's kind of interesting. It's fun, but it can be draining, especially if you like guilt trip yourself over not taking more work.
So Daniel, are you doing like the YouTube stuff full time now?
Um, well, it's kind of complicated. So,
Okay.
uh, I'm still in school.
Hmm.
I will probably continue to do that. But the YouTube and other stuff definitely, uh, it's getting there, and I have an idea that I'm gonna try and flesh out this summer. I might drop out or whatever.
Hmm. Well, what do you study?
Well, I'm in high school.
Ah,
I'm not like
damn.
in
Let me
university or
tell you.
whatever.
Let me tell you something. You have the voice of like a 25-year-old man.
That's the only way I was able to get any hearing or whatever. I'm lucky to have a beard and the
We can't all be so
voice of a
lucky.
20-year-old.
Beard privilege.
It's real. 'Cause then people don't take you seriously.
Yeah,
Something
which
about
is
being
stupid,
under.
right?
No, I know. I've always did that, and like PayPal, who like do any dealings with them, and they find out that you're not 18 or whatever, they'll like hold. They'll take from you all of the money that you have in your account.
I thought the way it worked is as long as you have a credit card or a bank account, really, you're good to go. You could have a bank
But
account
what I
before
did
18.
before is I didn't think this was like a couple years ago, maybe like probably a year and a half ago. But I kept it in my PayPal balance
Mm-hmm.
because that's just didn't have a bank account at the time, and I didn't like tell my parents about all of it. It's kind of a mess, but I had a good amount in there, and then they took it all.
God damn it. Wait, Curtis, can I take that move back? I was trying to castle. I swear.
Am I allowed to swear on your channel?
You can swear.
Fuck no.
Okay, fine.
Like, I feel like you're already. I think in terms of like possibilities of you winning, it's about 75% for you.
Okay, I guess I was asking for too much.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I need a Nikolai. Thanks for the donation. CGMatter age reveal.
Oh, nice.
No. Sorry. You can guess. 22 NOK. I don't know what an NOK is.
Gotcha.
You need to pay me at least $1,000 to know my age. I'm about as old as I look, honestly.
$2.20, he says.
$2.20. Okay. I'm in my 20s. How about that?
Really?
That's right. Not in my 50s.
Sorry, I thought you were in your 60s.
I thought I was the oldest in
created
the
the world,
Blundernest crew.
Oh, yeah.
You're
Yeah,
around in the beginning.
yeah, exactly. You created the world. You have all the ideas, if I remember rightly.
Exposed? Question mark.
CGMatter credit card reveal. I got some funny comments.
Team.
This is feeling really, really tight now.
You've got a pretty good position, honestly.
Yeah, but I feel like anything I do now will just break it wide open.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you're just applying. I mean, we're both applying a stupid amount of pressure to that one pawn, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I feel like if I'm gonna lose anyway, it's in my mind, then I might as well try and go down a road and just break it open a bit. And
You will not discovered attack me. I'm moving that shit. Dun dun dun. We need to contact some people. Daniel, have we already talked about you being on the podcast, and would you want to be?
Okay, sure. You guys haven't reached out or anything, but I'd be down.
I swear we have. You're now on the server where we host the stuff. So it's just, first of all, are you in the US?
Yes.
And are you on East or West Coast? Or in the middle?
West.
Okay,
West
so
what?
it's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, not whatever you got going on over there on Sunday.
This Sunday?
Every Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern. And we basically, like, whoever wants to be on can be on. Like, ideally, we have a giant podcast. Usually it averages, like, 6-ish hosts.
Yeah. Sunday. I think I can make that work.
Cool.
Eastern time, you said?
Yeah, Eastern Standard Time. So that should be, is that 3 ahead or behind?
It's 2 ahead.
Ahead, okay. So it's a convenient time for you. We torture this guy, Pixo. He lives in Australia. He has to do it at like 3 a.m.
Yeah, I saw him on this server. Yeah.
Dude, I feel like Pixo's
that
coming
works.
out my neck. He keeps roasting me on the server.
oh, it's a question of value at this point, CG.
I should make my diss against Pixo, honestly. I don't know anything about him, really. You making balloons is your head full of air, Pixo. I just don't care. You will not fare against me. I'm the rapping... I don't know.
Bars.
Bars. CGMatter toilet reveal.
I feel like if I let you go, you can just wreak so much havoc. Careful here, but You've got me in a predicament.
Oh, Daniel, you're reading the chat.
I just realized that I just texted the chat on the stream.
Fine.
Now it begins.
It does.
You could always force a stalemate.
Yeah, I can
Dude,
do.
my best chess game, I was losing so bad. This dude got I was like in endgame. This guy got 3 pawns over, so he had 3 queens against my 1 king, and somehow I didn't force. Like he made a mistake, but I got a stalemate out of it.
Oh, this is going to be a really weird ending. Okay.
Huh. Do you guys know who Blender Made Easy is?
I've heard
I've
of
seen
him.
him run.
Anybody talk to him?
No.
Talk to him. I think he's been in a comment section.
Everybody's going hype over him being in here. Maybe I have seen a tutorial of his and I just don't remember.
I'll let you know if there's a. I'll go look him up.
Now, I say that this is a rare CGMatter stream, but if Southern streams, that would be a mega rare stream. I'd definitely tune in for that.
Right. Where to go from here?
Somebody asked.
What?
Yes.
This dude made a all Blender modifiers tutorial that's 16 minutes.
16 minutes? What's that? Well, what's the...
Oh, it's just the generate modifiers. Okay, I was like losing.
So tell me, what's the next thing you're gonna like describe everything of?
Keys.
Hotkeys?
All of them.
Good luck. That's crazy. That's
working
actually
on it
gonna
right
be
now.
the most useful video of all time, for real. That's a good idea.
Get ready. It's happening this week.
And this is with like default key bindings.
You would be so. There's so many in here. It's taking
Yeah.
like days just to list them out for the outline.
How do you organize them?
So basically, Blender already has them organized by window, screen, view 2D, user interface, 3D view, graph editor. The list goes on. There's like 20 more. And then basically what I do is I take out the entirely useless ones, the duplicate ones. And by useless, because I want to really capture the spirit of getting all of them, right? Because it needs to happen. Someone's got to do it. But there's some of them where, like, you know, the end off.
The end off?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It's like this. Listen, actually, I won't. But it's this obscure type of mouse, and there's like 100 hotkeys just for that mouse. And some of them there's like 10 duplicates, except like slight variations. So I'm gonna make it like digestible, and like kind of front load some of the more useful ones within each category. Because I can't put all the timestamps in the description for this because it'll reach the character limit. So I have to timestamp the categories. And so I'll try to front load them towards the beginning, the like more useful ones for each category, so that people will be able to reference it and just go to the timestamp for whatever category they want to learn. And I just get all the useful ones that they need.
How long is this video looking like it's gonna be?
32 an hour probably.
Damn.
Like, I know there's lots of hotkey videos, but this is really in line with like, no, we're getting all of them. It's hundreds and hundreds.
That like honestly, whenever I watch like somebody's tutorial, usually the main takeaway I get is like small tricks like that, like a hotkey I didn't know existed.
The whole shtick was kind of inspired by this one Blender Guru video about the subway. He said like, you know when you watch a video and there's like these little tricks you learn, like one or two of them throughout the whole 20 minutes or whatever?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, what if I made 100 of those and put that in one video?
Oh, I'm an idiot.
And that was like what happened.
Oh, Curtis.
Hmm?
Never mind. Can you guys stick around till like a bit before 6? Because that's when I'm planning to end it, and I want to end it with a bang.
Oh god, what do you have planned?
I got nothing planned, just chatting without chess overlay.
Sounds good.
Cool. Okay. So that was a blunder, but I can recover. I should really get rid of those pawns.
Yeah, you can recover.
Whoa!
Hey, Xeon's
Master
here.
Xeon's here.
Oh shit!
Damn, thank you. Now I know. It's always weird when you like look at somebody's tutorials and then you find out they at least know of you or watch you, either one. I doubt Master Xeon has anything to learn from me, honestly, but the idea is still nice.
Since it's here and we haven't messaged him yet, I did say in one of our early recordings, him and Chip Waters, I want to speak to together. So,
yes, definitely.
Master Xeon, if you're interested in joining the Blender Nest server, just let us know.
Yes, either contact. Curtis is probably the best contact. I'm probably the worst, but you could do either. We definitely want to talk to you. We have all these like add-on questions about the. Well, I have a bunch of questions about the legality of all this like GPL stuff.
Yeah, I'd like another perspective on that.
From like, so is he like the? You said that he's like not the guy like coding it, but he's on the team as like the one of the co-founders or something.
Well, yeah, he's got a bit of a development team. I mean, he can tell us a bit about that as well. Unfortunately, sorry, I can't remember their names or their usernames. But yeah, we just need Chip in here now.
We need to get Simon, Chip, Master Xeon, Daniel. We already have, allegedly. Or would you be able to make it this Sunday, do you think?
Yeah, I think I can make that work.
Okay, so I can't think of anybody who like we mentioned that we haven't contacted yet, other than these people.
You get Gleb sometimes. Did you guys do that already?
Listen, we can't talk to these big shots. They don't have time for us. Come on.
Okay, well, I will say
Gleb commented on one of my videos and he subbed to me, and I was like, yeah.
Gleb is really nice. I have spoken to him very briefly in person. He's actually very quiet in person, and I don't know whether he's up for this sort of discussion type stuff, but I can always ask.
Oh,
Such a
Josh,
cool guy.
hop on voice chat if you want.
Everyone on this live stream.
I mean, honestly, we're gathering
Sick.
people faster than we do whenever we say who can make it this Sunday. Like everybody's like, nah, not me.
God, the possibilities here are getting really slim. CG.
You just got to force the stalemate. You need to like as long as your rook is alive, you're in trouble because you can't get a stalemate then.
Yeah, I can be
Ian
like
Hubert.
I can be defensive, probably lose, and maybe get a stalemate, or I can be aggressive, also probably lose. But maybe
I'm just gonna say, I think it'd be so fun if like we stop recording chess games, right? But like at some point, once we all feel like we've practiced, and I mean it's like only one person here is going to be the best, but I don't want anybody to feel like, yeah, I'm definitely going to get last place. It'd be so cool if we have a tournament once everybody's practiced for a month or something.
Yeah.
Very cool.
We could make a nice bracket.
What's going on, Josh?
Nothing much. I was literally just about to stream some modeling, then I saw you were on, so I was like,
Don't worry, Josh. I'm leaving
good.
at 6. There won't be conflicting. Yeah, so in like
It's gonna be my
17
turn then.
minutes. I'm going to send everybody your way.
Cool. Yeah, I just got Chip Walter's new material system. Been messing with that. It's pretty
Oh,
good.
nice.
And then I saw you. I'm watching the chess, and I have no clue what's happening.
I feel like no matter what's happened, CG, I'm happy that I've given you at least a run for your money in a fair amount of this.
Yes, this was not a stomping in either direction.
Hmm.
Oh, you even
Grant
have Jerry
is-
in here too.
I wonder how many people saw the title for that chess match with Grant and legitimately thought I won. I hope quite a few.
Wait, I thought you did because I didn't watch
Hey,
the whole video.
it works. I was thinking about it. It's genius because the people who like read the title and then don't watch the full thing think I win. The people who watch the full thing is like, oh yes, he's being funny. There's no way for me to lose making that the title.
Because I didn't watch because I have no clue how chess works, so I would have been just completely confused.
Well, oh, so wait, you don't play at all, right?
Like, I've never played chess before. No.
So I don't know if you heard us talking, but we had this idea of making a tournament like in a month so everybody can practice. Would you want to be in on this or not at all?
I'll do it. I'm just gonna be absolutely terrible with it.
I'm telling you, there has to be a couple people on the server who just have never played chess either.
CG, I'm
Okay,
running.
It'll be more entertaining that way.
I'm running for a bunch of possibilities here, and you're winning in, well, the vast majority.
It's okay. You don't. So sometimes you don't need to force it.
All right, let's just.
Yeah, I mean, I'm down to do it. That sounds fun.
Beautiful. Also get Zach from CG Boost. Curtis can get on that.
Yeah, I mean, he'd be up for discussions, I imagine, if it's a good time. He does also have a fair number of obligations. That's usually the thing that keeps him from taking part in stuff.
Yeah, but what if we're one of those obligations, you know? Then he'd be loyal to us.
Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing with like Zach and with Gleb, for example. They've got families, and you know, we've got far too much free time to burn.
Did somebody
I'm
just
glad I
hop
don't
in?
have any kids to raise or any girlfriend to deal with because I can just do Blender every day. No stress at all.
Yeah.
That's the reason
One
I don't
day,
have
but
a
not now.
girlfriend.
What's that?
That's the reason I don't have a girlfriend. I'm loyal to Blender.
What happened with that one you featured in the video? Did you guys break
Well,
up?
yeah, we broke up. She got her chance to be on one of the vids.
That's really
She said I'm coming in for that cloud. Oh man.
You're in a prime position to checkmate me now. I think I'll let it happen.
Let me just make sure. Yes.
Yeah. If I put my thing back down, then maybe I could have delayed it a bit longer, but I think at this point, you know, that would just be it. So, well done. Should we shake hands? How do we shake hands?
We need to bump elbows or something nowadays.
All right, hold on. Wait. There we go.
Yes. Okay, and let me close down chess. And I'm just gonna go on for like 12 more minutes-ish. Dude, Master Xeon just bought me
Oh,
10
shame.
months worth of rent. What a mad lad.
Jelly.
Okay, let me make sure that there's no way I accidentally leak anything so I can be comfortable.
All right, well done. That was quite fun.
Yes. Okay. Now we're just on voice stuff. Good. Anybody in the chat, or anybody who wants to type, feel free to ask a question. I'm only going to be answering good ones and relaying other questions. Han Rosendahl is your girl. He does have a nice voice.
Ton Rosendale's out of our league.
I feel like he'd make a good rap.
Oh my god, you invite him.
Oh, dude, that would be good.
He's got that really fascinating accent with a lisp type thing as well. I'd love to hear him rap. I feel like it'd be like really satisfying.
It'd be some weird thing that like whenever he's singing or rapping, he just like loses the accent like some people have.
Yes. Oh, yeah, can you imagine? Oh, that's something I will say. When I was recording my rap that no one's heard yet, other than the rest of you, I went into doing an American accent with it to start with, and I was like, no, stop. That's gonna be weird. That's gonna be really weird for people.
So it seems to me that at least all British actors seem to have a very, very good American accent. Is this just a thing that everybody can do?
Yeah, okay, I don't want to do it on the spot, but yeah. Yeah. I think it's to do with exposure and also and like not a very level difficulty thing when going both ways. I think it's easier for British people to do an American accent just by motor skills on the matter of motor skills alone.
Okay, now I'm not gonna force you to do a thing, but at least one sentence.
No.
What about okay, we'll make it fair. I'll say the same sentence in a British accent. So let me pick a sentence that'd be easy.
Oh Jesus. I'm gonna have to get the Queen on you.
I'll do like I don't know my regions. Like Emma Watson. What kind of accent is that?
Okay, well she's sort of around London.
So I'm gonna go for something like that. I think I'm gonna say what should I say?
So the accents for the UK are very complex because you can go like one town over and people will sound completely different. So you can pretty much geolocate where people live just by listening to how they speak. But where I come from, it's kind of complicated because it's what we call estuary English, which is like a mix between Cockney and it can go like all the way up to posh. It's not like a specific accent.
It's a mix between Cockney and it can go all the way up to posh.
What is that?
Let me try again.
That was so bad.
This is more Australian, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a mix between Australian and
I just love to go to the ball.
That's okay. That's actually slightly better, but that's still unrealistic.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Well, I will say there are a few like key things to tap into that I've noticed, and one of the things is like certain accents in America, the T becomes a D. It's really weird. So Curtis becomes Curtis Holt, and stuff like that.
Damn, that was bizarre. I just got chills. Can you say just say like any full sentence?
I don't know. Give me.
Say fuck. I don't know why it's so hard. Whenever you're put on the spot, you literally just say any sentence. It's like impossible.
I feel like I'll lose it. This is pressure.
Say
CGMatter is going to the store, or something along those lines. I'm not too sure. That's gone too hard.
I don't know if I'd buy it, but it's pretty close.
It was okay.
My specialty is Russian. Hello, everybody. I'm coming to you with the very good accent. It's over the top, but it's honestly the one I'm best at.
Wasn't bad. I would buy it.
You ever seen like a FPS Russia? Hello, today we're gonna blow up big truck.
Hello, everybody. This is FPS Russia.
Yeah,
Daniel, what you got?
PKA is not the same anymore, though.
Are you still up to date, or are you not watching all of them?
Watching what?
Are you up to date? Or are you not watching all of them? The PKAs.
I'm a few weeks behind, to be honest.
You gotta watch the Only Use Me Blade one if you haven't.
Oh God, dude, that guy's. I used to watch his videos, but now he just does crazy streaming stuff.
It's bizarre because, yeah, I didn't watch him that much, but I was aware of him like back when he was just, getting montage footage of him only using his blade. But now it's gotten crazy.
Yeah, it's different. I'm surprised he's still around streaming though. I mean, good for him. He's been around for a while.
Hold on, Master Xeon says now you got to do a DSP. What's that mean?
I don't know what DSP is. DSP.
Give us some context.
Digital signal processor? Is that what you meant? What is DSP? That's literally all that I'm finding. Digital signal process. Demand side platform. I have no idea.
It's like a 12-second delay between the actual live stream and the.
I had the
internet live
option
stream.
for doing low latency, but I just don't.
Yeah, it's like
trust
15
it.
seconds.
Actually, there's ultra low latency too. Well, what do you stream on?
Me?
Yeah.
I was using OBS because Slobs wanted full access to my channel, and I just did not feel comfortable with that.
And when you use OBS, are you using normal, low, or ultra low latency?
Not. Let me check. I think it's in settings, right?
It's not in like the OBS stuff. It's in the YouTube like live stream menu that you see.
Okay. Let me check. I think it's
Like if
already,
you haven't messed with it, by default it's normal.
Yeah, if I haven't touched it, then I'm just using the normal one. Yeah. So I'll check when I'm gonna stream a little bit later, so or maybe even after you're done, but I'll
We
check
only
and
got
then-
5 more minutes. What would be like a good thing to close on? Like some super deep topic or something.
We had a pretty good talk on the last Blundernest.
That's
We
not
did.
going to be released for a while. We have so many videos still on unlisted. We have like 2 weeks worth, I think, once I
From
upload the current
the
ones.
one like a week and a half ago.
Yeah, because that one gave us like 7 clips, and it's not like I'm uploading one every single day. There's like
Yeah.
maybe every other or something.
It's
Do you have
been
a schedule?
it's been really nice having you and Jacob on as well on the most recent ones.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you guys inviting me. It's been a ton of fun. It gives me something to do on Sunday as well. I can just kind of work and chat. I'm enjoying it. Hopefully we can get Ducky on the next one. And who else are we missing? Who else? Grant needs to get.
Grant Southern
talked to
hasn't
him
been
yet.
on in a hot minute.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw him on the one you uploaded. So
He's right. He's just busy a lot of the time.
you
He's
need
like
to
a
get Master Xeon on there too.
yeah.
He's in the chat.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we mentioned it earlier. I don't know, did he respond? I'll probably just send him a message on Twitter or something as well.
He
Because
probably
then I
said
can
yes,
talk
I'd
hard
love
up
to.
with someone finally. Well,
Oh.
I know you use it, Curtis. So
That's another thing as well. I started writing to Simon Thomas CG. But
Oh,
I
you
didn't send it yet.
contacted him?
Oh, I didn't send it yet. I had to go out and pick up some medical stuff today that sort of put a spanner in my plans. Someone gave you a tip.
Yeah, I didn't want to like interrupt. Okay. Thank you, ZooMonkey87 for the donation. Thank you for the 10 months rent. Like your funny tutorials. Germany needs some good and fast cloth simulation with buttons. I don't make tutorials for Germany, sorry. I'll make my cloth sims
Actually-
for someone else.
I'm going to interject. Something that I found interesting talking about accents is the way you say buttons.
Oh,
And, like-
no. That's just me. I get so much shit for that. I can't say button. That's literally just me.
All right. Okay. If you want
Button.
to do it, okay.
I say button.
You can just do it the English way. Just say button.
Button.
I say button.
People don't even
BUT.
say the T here. And
Button. That's what you say.
Freaking chat. Why does Curtis sound like a voice assistant? Because voice assistants are
True.
I'll lay it out for you. Because voice assistants are based around perfect English.
It's a good point, actually.
That's why I sound like a voice assistant. Because voice assistants sound like me.
Have you seen that movie, Her?
No, I haven't watched it.
But do you know about it?
I've heard of it.
We should do like a fan edit where we just replace it with your dialogue.
Oh, whoa, Tom Hanks is in the chat, and he says Curtis is a procedurally generated voice. Well, maybe.
That man really said voice assistant.
Yeah, I mean, I get that
Jesus
quite a bit.
Christ.
It's usually text to speech. Oh my god, is this dude a text to speech app or something? I'm like, no.
Have you guys gone back to your first videos and like noticed a difference in how you talk?
Yeah. Yeah,
What
actually,
was it like for you? What was your like first one like?
it did sound like I had a stick up my ass, but it was more because everything was like super scripted, and also just audio quality wise, the processing was really bad. But my dad did say to me yesterday, actually, I was watching a new video, and like you can really hear the difference, like just on how you carry yourself with your voice now. But I think a lot of that is because of not doing so much script and just going with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
That's
think I had
what
a
I noticed in
similar
mine.
thing. It was like same voice, just more rigid in the beginning.
Yeah.
I sounded nerdier like 3 years because I have some old videos and I just stopped uploading for like a year or two. And I don't know, I think I sound more professional now as opposed to like 2 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Curtis and
it
I were
sounded
talking
bad.
about this. I'm trying to reach whatever my natural voice is supposed to be, but it's hard.
And it's again another one of those things where if you try and talk normally, you'll fail at it. Just like how if someone says to you talk without an accent, you're like, huh, what does that mean? Or like if someone says to me talk in a British accent, I don't understand what that means, even if I'm doing it, because this is just like the default. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I
'cause
guess
it's
so.
what you've used your whole life, so to you it's just built in. Like I
Yeah.
technically I have an accent to someone who doesn't speak in an American accent to me, but it's like it's just built into you. It's not something you really think about.
Yeah. Hold on. Someone in chat says, Mr. Voice Assistant guy, could you say, good morning, Mr. Stark. My name is Jarvis. That's all you're getting.
Good.
Do an
That's pretty
American
good.
accent now.
You already did one.
No, but that exact sentence.
Uh, good morning, Mr. No, that's the thing is, like, trying to pick a spot between Eastern and Western is really like because they're different. And it's actually here's a theory. The reason why it's difficult for American people to do British accents is because you hear so many of them, and it's crammed into such a small area. So remember what I was saying about estuary English? It's not
Yeah.
a single one. So say if I was walking down the street and then met a chav. Do you know what a chav is?
No.
Okay, it
Nope.
means okay, council house and violent. So basically, someone who doesn't have many prospects in life, and they're very cockney. So like, oh, you'll be like, oh, you're right, mate. Oh yeah, yeah, it's cool. Like, yeah, okay, yeah. I'm just going to go down the shops and like, yeah. So it's all very like more slurred and a bit weirder. But then that same estuary accent can change slightly depending on if you're talking to someone that's a bit more middle class. So like me, for example, just the default tone. So I feel like it's difficult, even when looking at American accents from Orlando up to New York, for example. Very different.
I need to try
Yeah.
this. Okay. Good morning, Mr. Stark. My name is Jarvis.
Actually, the bit where we went, my name, it isn't that far off.
I'm trying to do the Michael Caine impression. It's the size of a tiny tangerine.
That's not bad. It's pretty good.
That's the only line I've practiced. Josh, have you done one?
Just an impression of.
Of any kind, you know?
Oh man, it's gonna be terrible.
What do you specialize in? For me, it's Russian.
I don't specialize in anything. I think the closest I could do is like a British accent.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, I'm the judge.
Oh, it's gonna be so bad. Give me a phrase.
Say let me say it. Good morning, Mr. Stark. My name's Jarvis.
Oh, okay. It's gonna be. All right, let's try it. Good morning, Mr. Stark. My name is Yavis.
Jarvis.
Sounded pretty real to me.
I don't know. Is it Jarvis or Jarvis?
Jarvis.
Jarvis. Jarvis. I don't know.
That's actually interesting. I've got some Swedish friends, and they always get the j and the y loaded up because it's the other way around for a lot of Swedish words. So
Yeah, I
it'd
thought
be
that's how
like
you pronounce it.
oh, I was just eating some yogurt, and I'm like, no, it's yogurt. Like, oh, okay, yeah.
I
can
thought this
perfect
was a
your-
Blender live stream. Now it's an accent live stream.
I did a tiny bit of Blender. I mean, honestly, it's just called CGMatter Rare Livestream. As long as I'm on here, I guess it like fulfills that.
Why not stream on CGMatter?
It's the same reason I post like some stuff here. I'm like, I don't know how to say this. I'm trying to optimize algorithm stuff over at CGMatter, and this is where I do the experiments.
Oh, I see.
Like honestly, that's
Good
it.
idea.
Like, cause like there's a lot of stuff I'd want to post to CGMatter just so it gets to a larger audience, but it's kind of like, yeah. I mean, it sucks, but it's gone. I've inhibited myself. I've like I don't want to reference certain things, but yeah, that's just it.
Oh my god. Sorry, I'm reading the chat. Someone says, worst of all, aluminium. Okay, what is up with aluminum? Yeah, you're just too lazy to
Aluminum.
say the extra syllable.
Aluminium.
It's aluminum. That's how it is.
No,
Wait, does it have an I before that Because if it doesn't, it should be aluminum.
the full term is aluminium.
There's an
That's
extra
Can you
I
say
in there?
mercury?
Billy.
what was that?
Say mercury.
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 Thank you, Gerd Flag, for the CHF. This just reminds me how little I know about like currencies and stuff like this.
Yeah, no clue.
I
what
just know
CHF
pound
is.
and dollar, honestly. Thank you. More for me to donate over to Josh when he's streaming right after this.
I gotta return that $2 on your next stream.
Someone
I
says,
think, yeah.
hold on. In Germany, we have a very low skill level Blender community. That's rubbish. Zach Reinhardt, CG Boost, arguably one of the best like Blender courses with his Launchpad one. He's German.
Oh, is he?
Oh. Yeah, unless you're talking about specifically in German language. He's done it in English though. So,
Okay, boys, we're ending the stream. Final words. Promote whatever you want if that's what you want.
No
I'd
promotion.
like to promote world peace and staying inside.
boring.
Doing
No.
Blender.
Yes, do Blender.
Have you guys donated to Blender Foundation?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I have once. I don't think I'm like a monthly thing. I've definitely donated to Wikipedia. I should donate to Blender Foundation. I'll do that today.
It was on some anonymous account I used a while ago, though. Now I have like a full-on Blender market. Everything's the same with my name now.
I would like to be one of those like gold corporate sponsors and all that. Just have that giant CGMatter logo on there. I'll barely be able to afford that much a month to donate, but it would be funny. Okay, I'm gonna end the stream. Bye, everybody.
I thought you already ended.
Later,
It's
bro.
over.
Yeah,
See ya.
Now,
everyone.